Hey, Leo. Hey, welcome to you. Welcome to your reading. All right, so we're going to get started here. I have an oracle deck. I'm going to go ahead and pull the theme for your reading. And this reading is for the next 2 weeks from whenever this finds you, which I'm recording this in late December, early January. I guess it's 2025 now. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Theme for Leo, this one. Oh, I like it. Okay. Okay, so this is your card. It says moss, agate, positivity, and change. Is this upright? Yes, and reverse. I'm sensing that you know a change is needed from this card. I'm sensing that you know a change is needed. I actually don't feel like, you're particularly looking forward to it, which is interesting with this card. And I see there's actually a little butterfly here. I don't know if you see it sitting here. There's a little butterfly. And I think there is some, oh, that's interesting. I actually didn't even notice this. Hold on. There's a butterfly. There's like the chrysalis here, like the cocoon the butterfly goes into. And then there's actually a caterpillar right here. Wow. Okay. So it's all 3 stages of the metamorphosis process. Yeah. I feel like that perfectly aligns with the energy I'm feeling. It's almost like you know a change is needed. But I think that change, is going to require probably some significant work in some ways, or just some perseverance and dedication. Yeah, I would say like a level of work, right? Whatever form that may take. That's what this feels like. And so I think there's a sort of like hesitation to start working towards this change, whatever this change is, which we'll get more information on in a little bit. But I think you're going to this with, it's interesting because this card is in reverse, but it's also upright. I think, again, there's some hesitation from you of like, oh, this is just not going to turn out right is part of what I'm hearing. But also I feel like it's just this, like, there is a sort of, yes, negativity to the energy, but I don't even know if it's necessarily negative. It's just like, it's hesitant to start and initiate. And yeah, I think what Spirit is wanting to communicate is that there's a lot of like good things on the other side of this if you decide to embark on this change, this transformation, this journey, whatever is ahead of you. I am sensing it will, like I said, take some work. So I think that's why there's been this sort of like, again, wanting to start, but not feeling quite ready to start. So I feel like this reading, we're going to have some more information on that. Is there more on this card? Okay, there's a little more on this card. Hold on. Yeah, it's interesting because I feel like with this moss crystal, it's looking a bit like, almost like what Spirit is showing me is like a fortune teller's ball, like the crystal ball that fortune tellers use. And it's almost like trying to predict like what's coming down the road here. I think that's part of what the energy you've been in is like trying to predict like, oh, this can't possibly like turn out well, or this won't turn out right. And I think Spirit is actually trying to realign your expectations here of like, actually this can turn out well for you, whatever this is, this change is that's needed. And I feel like I have a sense most of you like know what it is already just from what I'm describing. But for those of you who don't, we're going to get a little more information on it. But I just feel like that's what part of the hesitation has been. It's just been like, I'm expecting this to like not go right and not go in my favor if I make this change. And I think Spirit wants to like realign you to understand like there's only, it seems like only positivity and good things on the other side of this. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So let's go ahead and go deeper. So Spirit, what is going well for Leo over the next, is this the right deck? Over the next 2 weeks. What's going well? Top card. Yeah, okay. Three of Wands. Yeah, Spirit really wants you to like embark on this journey, okay? Because the Three of Wands speaks to that. It's sort of like the Three of Wands goes really well with like the Two of Wands in tarot, but the Two of Wands is more of like a strategizer. The Three of Wands kind of like is in the initiation phase of a journey. That's typically what this card like represents, or it has started out on a path that they've already like kind of considered in the Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands leads into the Three of Wands. I feel like you've already gone through the process of like knowing that you need to get started on this. I actually feel like it's just like needing a kind of like spark to just like move forward. Okay. And I feel like this reading kind of kicks it off for some of you of like, you need to start on this journey. It's time to get started with this change that you know is needed. For others of you, there may be an event or situation outside of you that comes up that shows you like this actually, it's impending. Like I need to get to this. Okay, so either way, I don't think there's a wrong answer, but I do think if, you know, I'll say this because it's the energy that's coming in. Can we see that? Yeah, I just don't think there's going to be a moment where you're like ready. Okay, I don't think there is like a ready state. Like the way life works is we either like, you know, consciously decide to move into something just of our own volition, or we end up, you know, in situations where we're kind of like pushed that way. Okay, so I feel like no matter what, that's what this Three of Wands is signifying. Like you're going to start on this journey within the next, it feels like within the next 2 weeks here. Could be a couple months for some of you, but I just feel like Spirit is saying here, like, this is a great opportunity, and now within this next 2 weeks is a great time for you to get started with this, to start moving towards it, to actually initiate the first phase in the first stages of whatever this change is. And if you don't, within the next few months, there becomes a situation within the next few weeks into the next few months, becomes a situation where it becomes like, I'm just hearing impossible to ignore. that changes are needed. Okay, so I really, I just like, this feels so strong here, but Spirit is like, now is the perfect time to start moving on this so you don't actually get to that point. Okay, I feel like there's like this buildup in the energy, and I feel like you're probably feeling it. There's a buildup in the energy of like, this is what's needed. Then what's next? Do you want this card? Yeah. Okay, Four of Wands. Four of Wands upright, Four of Wands in reverse. Okay, you're seeing this as Four of Wands in reverse. Like almost like this won't be... Okay, yeah, I see that. Okay, so the Four of Wands in reverse is coming out as like... not having yet started, okay? Or not yet having like taken off from the starting line if this were like a race that you're running, okay? Because the Four of Wands, I sometimes can read this like, it kind of gives the energy to me of like a 5K run or something, you know, how like the runners start and then they're off and then they reach the finish line. Like usually the Four of Wands upright speaks to the finish line. You're right now in the energy of like at the starting block of this change. Yeah, and my dog's restless. I don't know if you heard him. He's restless. That's exactly it. It's almost like, and I feel like that's in the energy. It's almost like wanting to run, but still feeling like the whistle hasn't been blown yet. That's so interesting. That's exactly what this is. What is, you know what? Can I ask this, Spirit? What is Leo waiting on? What's the holdup? Because I get the sense, I honestly get the sense, Leo, that you kind of already know what this is. Okay, and we're gonna get a little deeper into like what that change might be for some of you. So just give me a second here, but can I ask what the holdup is? This deck? Okay. Okay, give me a second here. I gotta switch decks. Yeah, it just feels like there's a wanting to, with these two cards coming in together, it's like, it's almost like wanting to start on this path and on this journey into the change that's needed with the Moss card. But it just feels like you haven't started yet. And I'm curious like what the holdup is. Okay, we're gonna work a little bit backwards today because I do want to see what the holdup is, because that feels really, really important right now for someone to have that answer. And then we're gonna get into like what this change is. So 1 second here. Do you want this top card? I just keep pulling the top cards. So this is what's the holdup? Yeah, okay, Knight of Wands in reverse. Again, another card saying the same thing. It's just like, It's like an inability to start. It's like, you see how Knight of Wands like usually moves and moves with fire and purpose and passion. It's very fiery in the way that it like moves forward. It just has a lot of energy, okay? And it's coming out in reverse because, again, it just feels like there's this like energetic buildup I'm feeling before you kind of like take off and start moving towards it. I think that may be part of it. You want this card? Ooh, Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay, this is the block. Queen of Swords in reverse. This is the block. It's literally like, it's coming through as like the starting block of this like kind of metaphorical race that you're on, which is honestly the kind of race towards change, or going on the journey of the change that's needed here. And it's just feeling like, I feel like you're too much in your head about this. Okay, because the swords do speak to like, can speak to like the mental realm. I feel like you're a bit in your head about this. Like, do I get started? Is part of it? I feel like you've been waiting for like this perfect alignment of like, I don't know if it's situations or alignment of like financially or alignment energetically. I'm sensing kind of a little bit of multiples of that here, just with, we have swords and then we have wands out here. Actually, we have quite a few wands out here. And I'm sensing the moss card. It's interesting because it's coming through as earth, but also air too. So I feel like this is an interesting energy to be in, but I really feel like there's this sort of like, your mind is kind of overriding the natural like energy that's here. Is that right? Okay. It's almost like a mental block. This feels like a mental block. Do you want this card? This is it. Okay, 4 of Cups. That's it. Like, you're contemplating this too much. You see how that, like, typically in tarot, the 4 of Cups can come in with a contemplation energy, and that's exactly what this is. I feel like right now there's this kind of focus on like what you have to lose with these. You see how this person like has the sad face and the 3 cups, and we were talking about the moss, that moss card in reverse, of like kind of seeing this situation a bit negatively, like this won't turn out right. I feel like that's what's happening. Like you're stuck here, and kind of like, again, in this energy with your mind, it's in the mind space here. And it's affecting your feelings, because this is coming out with the cups, but it's affecting your feelings. And I feel like you have this sort of like, it's just not going to come out right. And I think Spirit is trying to say like, no, this is actually like what is prescribed is what I'm hearing. This is what is prescribed. Like, here's the cup I'm going to hand you with the medicine to make this change. Like, wants to hand you the kind of like spark, like the Knight of Wands has a spark to it. Wants to hand you the spark so you can kind of get off the starting block with this change that's needed. Okay. But I just don't feel like you've been seeing it that way. And like, I think Spirit is trying through this reading to say like, now is the time. Now is the time, Leo. This is your sign. Okay. And like, don't overthink it. Do not overthink it. Don't get in your head about this. Like, it's a change that's going to be needed. And again, if you don't decide to make it, it's fine. Okay. But it will be made for you. Like, you will end up in a situation where, well, I guess I should say it this way. It just feels like a situation will come up, will find you, where that change becomes necessary. Like, there's no longer, I mean, there's always choice. Okay. You always have choice. Like, that never goes away, of course. But I just feel like the pressure's going to be to an extent where you feel like you have to make that change at that point. Okay. So either way, there's actually no wrong answer here. I just think some of you are actually like ready. And by ready, I mean like, maybe not in any way in any sort of material plane, but Spirit is saying like energetically, you're ready to make the shift. Okay. All right. Does that feel good? Anything else on that? Okay. They're saying there's a little bit more on that before we dive into what this change is. Okay. Let's keep going. Yeah, some of you already know what this is, so let's keep going. Ready? This card? Yeah, okay. So here it says soil. It says some stability and simplicity. Is this upright? Yes, and reverse. Okay, so this is definitely like indicating this is around your stability. This change is around your stability in some way. I feel like it affects your stability. So for some of you, this could be around a home situation. Okay, I am sensing that here just with the soil, because the soil is coming through as like the bedrock of your life. It's kind of like the soil of a plant. Like it needs that sort of like medium in order to grow. Okay, so it feels like this goes really deep, and I'm noticing how the roots of this plant go really deep here. Yeah, I do feel like this is going to take some work. I'm noticing like here, this is coming through. This doesn't always come through this way, but this is coming through as trash in the background of this card. And it's interesting because I feel like this was actually a card. I feel like I pulled for the fire signs in the 2025 predictive reading I just posted. That's interesting. So it feels like some of you are getting started on moving into that energy as of this reading, and as of, again, we're just moving into the new year here. So that's actually what this feels like. It does feel like a shift of scenery. It feels like something that's very it deals with your foundation. For some of you, it deals with a creative project you're working on. For some of you, this is around either a childhood situation or children that you have, because it's coming through as a really young, creative, kind of like with this little sprout here on this in the soil. It's a very like youthful type of energy. Yeah, creative endeavor is definitely here. For some of you, this is actually around if you are like caregiving for an elder or caregiving for like a parent or something. This is around that situation. So there's a change that's needed there. I see that, Spirit. Okay. Yeah, it's like they're kind of going to the other side of it now. I see that. So it's definitely like, that's definitely a situation for someone here is like care for like a senior in your life, or some like elderly folks in your life. Okay, and kind of having some hesitation and also a little bit of what feels like anxiety around what to do around the situation. So again, this if that message is for you, this is definitely your sign. Okay. Yeah, children feels really strong here. Home life, if there's anything around your home, but this just feels very like, for some of you, this could be around a job, a workplace situation, yeah. For the workplace situation, I just feel like whatever the work is, or the employer that you're working for, I feel like the employer's values don't match your own. And so I think there is like a change that you've been anticipating, because I'm feeling very strongly this like dissonance between like sort of what you value and what sort of how the company, I'm hearing how the company behaves. I don't know what that means, but okay. Okay, is there more on this card? There's a little bit more on this card. Give me a second here. There's more that wants to come in. Yeah, I'm hearing the phrase, do you see this like here? I'm hearing the phrase going up in smoke. I feel like that's the fear you have. There's a lot of fear in this energy. Now, we don't have like the moon card or like the devil card out here on this table, but it feels like there's a lot of fear here. Like I said, there's a lot of like being in your head around this. A lot of like, I think there is a level of doubt here. I'm sensing that as well, of like, I don't know if, I can do this, or if this is going to be right, or if this will affect others. Am I doing the right thing? How do I like move forward with this situation? I do sense that. I don't know if you heard that. Yeah, so all of that. It's interesting because I'm hearing like I don't know if that's actually what this is, but I'm hearing like a trash truck outside. Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about, the trash. That's exactly it. And I feel like, again, this almost feels like for you, like almost like a mountain of work that would be required around this. Like it would require like having to go through some of the things that I just get the sense that I think needs to be gone through. But I just get the sense that you're just like, again, it's a lot of work. I get it. I see it. I mean, it's almost like you're looking at this and being like, okay, well, I have to like move the soil and change the soil, and I have to like, you know, go through the kind of trash mound in the back here, and like it's going to take some work. And yeah, absolutely. I don't think the point of this reading is to discourage you from pointing out what you already know. But I think the point of this reading is like, you already know it's going to take some work, but I think Spirit wants you to know just how much good is on the other side of this and the potential for it. Four of Wands. There's a certain like ease on the other side that's not here right now, but it will be. And I think this feels like really important work for some reason. This feels really important. Can we get more on that? This card? Okay. Let's keep going. This is fascinating. I mean, I get it. This is completely relatable. Like, this is such relatable energy. You know, when you're like, okay, I know a change is needed here, but like, I either haven't had the bandwidth, or, you know, I know the changes that are needed, but I know it's going to require like significant dedication is part of what I'm sensing here. And I just get the sense that like, you've kind of been waiting almost for a situation to kind of put you into the element of needing to make change. And I think Spirit is saying like, now within this next 2 weeks is the right like wind pattern. I don't know. I'm seeing that with the Queen of Swords, like the right wind pattern for you to start in on this and to have it actually like kind of in some ways go in your favor. Okay. But if you don't, it doesn't matter. I mean, again, the situation will find you. This is a change that is absolutely needed. And I feel like it is on a soul level. This feels like a soul level for whatever reason. There's something about the way the butterfly moves through the metamorphosis process. It's like, this was already like cut out for your soul to do. This was already something that's already like, you know, in the playbook for your life per se. It's already part of kind of your destiny or kind of like fate or path to walk. Okay. So I feel like it's here. I do think, like I said, I think Spirit wants you to kind of get like a head start on this if we're talking about this race, wants you to get a head start on this, because I feel like it's gonna benefit you. Okay, let's keep going. Cut the deck. All right, I'm gonna cut the deck. One moment. Yeah, and I feel like on the other side, oh, I see it, Spirit. The other side of this is simplicity. I feel like whatever situation you're in right now is not simple. It's not simple. It actually feels as complicated as this trash mound. It's just like a lot you're going to have to go through and kind of pick through and sort through and all of that stuff. So yeah, that's absolutely here. But I think Spirit is trying to like, again, show you what's on the other side of this, which is a lot of positivity, there's a lot of ease on the other. I'm sensing like an ease, a flow. It's interesting because I feel that very strongly in this reading. Like this reading feels very like clear to me. It feels very clear, it's flowing, okay? And I feel like there's like simplicity on the other side of this that you've been craving. Right now, what you're in right now feels very dense, is a way I would say it. Okay, it feels like a density. And this doesn't have to extend to every part of your life. This could be one particular domain or area. For some of you, it is actually overlapping into multiple areas. I'm seeing that for whatever reason, they're showing me the wreath on this Four of Wands and like 1, 2, 3, 4 wands, and it's like overlapping onto all of those. Okay, so again, there's like an overlapping energy here for some of you, not all of you. But I just feel like this thing is so dense. It's just kind of like weighing down your, well, the way you could be experiencing life right now, which is simpler than this. Yeah, I feel like this is going to be work that's going to be worth it. Let's just say that. That's the way it's coming through from Spirit. Do you want this top card? Okay, let's keep going. This card. Yeah, okay, 5 of Cups. Okay, I see that. Yeah, they're linking this 5 of Cups with the trash right now. It's almost like there's going to be a lot of grief. Yeah. I mean, changes of these sorts, that's natural, normal, healthy to feel the feelings that you have on this. As you're moving through it, I feel like that's part of it. Is I think what you'll be processing is a lot of grief. okay? So that's coming through really, really strongly, which I think is some of the hesitation. But I think the thing is, I don't think you see this, but that grief and that kind of the movement of the feelings and going through that is actually going to be incredibly healing and like lightening for you. It's going to lighten you. Yeah, they're showing that to me in this moss card through the agate right here. It's like lightning somehow. I mean, yeah, I feel like this reading is just confirming all the things you already know. So that way you can almost kind of like move out of the mind level with this and just like go for it. But Spirit wants you to very clearly see what's on the other side. You want this top card? Yeah, Five of Swords. Yep, totally. Okay, yeah. We got the Five of Cups, we have the Five of Swords. So definitely angel number 5 is really important for you right now. Like really important. Like look that angel number up, Leo. Kind of important. Like a change is imminent here. It's needed. It's necessary. And the Five of Swords speaks to conflict. Okay. Now this conflict is coming through as like an inner conflict. Most importantly, the one that Spirit really wants to point out is an inner conflict. It's the inner conflict here of like, do I move forward with this change that's needed? And again, that kind of back and forth energy you saw with the four of cups here of like looking at what's ahead of you. But Spirit is trying to show you with this other cup here of like, this is going to be much easier. It's going to be much simpler on the other side of this. There's a simplicity and ease and flow on the other side if you decide to move through this work. But Spirit doesn't want you to like actually like mentally decide anymore. It just wants you to start. Just get started. Get off that starting block like the Knight of Wands. Just move. Okay? Start taking action, even if it's small steps right now. Okay? But there needs to be like this, because there's already a momentum, there's already like a buildup of charge with the Knight of Wands in reverse in your energy and in your energetic field to actually move through this. Yeah, that's already here. So Spirit's just saying, once you get started, it just starts flowing, but you've got to get into that energy. So again, this Five of Swords is coming in with a lot of like inner conflict. Now this could also mean like conflict outside of you. So within the situation is absolutely true. I don't think there's any like, none of this feels surprising. I don't think you're probably surprised by this reading. I honestly think this is all stuff you've already been considering. And you know what? The thing is, I feel like, okay, sure, you're going to have feelings. There might be some conflict. Okay, but these are things that you are absolutely capable of moving through. And it's interesting because when I was meditating on your energy before I started this reading, and the card, the like image and the card and all of the kind of symbols that were coming through were around the Strength Tarot card, which is your card, Leo. And the Strength Tarot card really comes out when it's saying like, yeah, you have the strength to do this and to move through a difficult, challenging kind of situation and change that's needed. But you absolutely have the strength to do this. You are so capable of doing this. And you are supported is the thing. You are supported to do this on a spiritual level. So I feel like whatever may come, okay, this change that's coming or that may come, it just feels like King of Pentacles, stabilizing. Didn't we say that? We literally had the soil card. It says stability on here. Same thing. It's saying the same thing. This is stabilizing. On the other side of this is stability, is simplicity, is ease, is flow. All of those things are here. It is very clear in this energy. Okay. But yeah, sure. You're going to have to go through some conflict and some feelings and emotions and heal through it and kind of walk the path that needs to be walked with that. Like, you know, we're living life, we're alive. That's what we do. But I just, like I said, this feels really positive on the other side of this. There's so much positivity coming through. It's very strong here. Okay. All right, let's get one more card or so. This one. Ready? we go. Oh my gosh, and we have the 5 of Pentacles. Look how many sets of 5s we have, Leo. 5 of Swords. Oh my gosh, 5 of Swords, 5 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles. Like, okay, yeah, okay. Look, I think you know what this trash is. You already know what this is, okay? You already know it. We see all the things that you've been contemplating. The thing is, I feel like this may even go a little smoother than you think. Yeah, the Emperor. I actually feel like you fully have the power to move through this. You have the strength. You have the power. You have the ability to like move through this and navigate and manage this situation and to come out the other side in this like Emperor energy, which is very like, yeah, it's partially like in control is part of it, but I don't really want to say it that way. It's like, it's just feeling like very, sure. There's a sureness to the Emperor that feels really, really good within this energy. Because this 5 of Pentacles, for someone, this feels very strongly around the home space. Like really strongly around the home space and around either, I don't know if it's like changing homes, switching homes, something in your home life changes, but it feels really, really strong with the 5 of Pentacles. It's just coming through as that. It doesn't have to be. This could also, like I said, because the Pentacles are coming out, this could be a workplace scenario for someone. Or a specific work that you're doing within your workplace. I'm hearing that as well. Yeah, it's definitely something in terms of like outward stability. May involve others, doesn't have to. This could also be like a personal internal journey that you're going through because that feels really strong here. I'm just struck by how many 5s we have. It seems like the other number coming through is 15. Okay, with 555, yeah, I see that, Spirit. Okay, hold on. They're telling me to pull out this card. Hold on. They're telling me to pull out the Strength card for you. I don't know why they're saying I have to pull that out for you. Give me a second. They don't even want me to shuffle it. They're like, I don't care. This is the card you need. Okay, give me a second. Give me a second. You've got this. You can do this. You have the strength to do this. Yeah, for someone, this could be around a pet, animals. Okay. Well, I think honestly, this reading has felt really clear, Leo. I honestly feel like a lot of this has been just a little bit of a rehash of what you've already kind of spun through in terms of the mind space and sort of like what you've seen as like, there's a little bit of like, again, a 2 of Wands energy here of like strategizing. You've already done the strategy around this. I feel like you've already been thinking about this. You may not have everything, like, I'm not saying you have like a spreadsheet plan of this. That's not what I'm saying. But I feel like on some level, you've already been like, it's almost like your mind's almost been a little bit ahead of you in your experience with this, if that makes sense. Like you've already thought of the path moving forward, okay? So Spirit is now like, let's get out of the mind level of this. Let's go ahead and get out of that. And actually, let's just get into action. Knight of Wands really wants you to get into action with this because you've already done all the contemplation you possibly can on this scenario and situation. I feel like for some of you, you've already been through all the different angles of this situation with all the conflict that came in with it or any of the heartache, I'm hearing heartbreak for someone or just the pain because the 5 of Swords can be painful, okay, of this situation. Again, the 5 of Swords is also coming through as like related to others. So this could be also in like a connection or a group situation, familial connection, whatever this is, it doesn't matter, okay? But for some, it feels very strongly familial for someone. That feels really strong. But I just feel like Spirit is asking you to start, like I said, get into action to start making the changes that you've already been thinking on. And the thing is, I feel like it's actually, I feel like you are so supported right now. You are so supported to go through this experience. And I feel like it's actually going to be way better on the other side than you can possibly like imagine. It's going to have all of the things that you've actually been looking for with stability, with simplicity, with ease and flow. That is on the other side of this once you start doing the work and clearing out what needs to be cleared out and making the changes and shifts that are necessary. All right, Leo. So that's where we're going to end the general reading. Let me check here. Do we want an extended? Okay, yeah, we're going to go into an extended. So if you want to know more about the extended or about booking a personal reading with me, I have all that information in the description box below. But Leo, I am wishing you a lot of, I hope, like kind of jumpstart energy here to kind of kick this off and start to move through it, because I just see just how good it is on the other side. Again, if this is coming through as like a crystal ball right here, it's just like, it looks positive on the other side. All right, Leo. Well, I will see you in the extended reading. And if I don't for any reason, well, I will see you at your next one. Good luck. I'll see you then. Bye for now.